All right, picture this, you're calling your bank, desperately trying to beat the clock before they close, and bam, you're hit with the dreaded phrase, "Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed." We've all been there, right? Stuck in that automated phone system loop, endlessly repeating your account number to a robot that just doesn't seem to get it. Well, today we are diving deep into a potential solution to this universal pain point, Emojot's IVR journey mapping. They are on a mission to rescue us from the depths of IVR hell, and trust me, after hearing about this, you'll be glad someone is tackling this.
What's fascinating about Emojot's approach is that they're not just trying to slap a Band-Aid on a broken system. They're going straight to the source, tackling the core issue head-on, the lack of visibility within these systems.
It's like those IVR systems are these mysterious black boxes, as Emojot calls them. You never quite know what's going to happen once you're sucked into that automated void. And it's more than just frustrating for us, the customers. It turns out it's a major headache for the businesses themselves, too.
Absolutely, and this is where the real impact comes into play. Think about all those irrelevant options, dead-end paths, and those infamous loops that leave you wanting to scream. All of this adds up: longer call times, frustrated customers, and agents who are left dealing with easily preventable issues instead of actually helping people. It's a lose-lose situation for everyone involved.
So we've painted the picture of the problem these bad IVR systems are causing havoc. But what's the solution? Emojot claims they have an answer with their IVR journey mapping. How does that work?
Well, they've got this really clever three-pronged approach. First off, their system seamlessly integrates with existing IVR technology. This means businesses don't need to scrap their entire system and start from scratch, a huge sigh of relief. Right.
Okay, so no need for a massive tech overhaul. That's a good start. What's next?
This is where it gets really interesting visualization. Emojot takes all that raw call data, the numbers, durations, the paths people take through the system, and transforms it into these easy-to-understand visual maps. Imagine a flowchart, but for phone calls, and suddenly you can see those frustrating loops and bottlenecks, those dead ends that drive everyone crazy.
So it's not just about seeing that there's a problem, but actually pinpointing where those problems are happening in the call flow. That's pretty slick.
Exactly. It's about getting laser focused on those pain points. And this is where things get really impressive. Emojot leverages AI to analyze this data, and not just a small sample either. We're talking about crunching millions of calls, getting the full picture to deliver insights that are far more accurate than anything we've seen before.
Hold on. Did you say millions? That's some serious data crunching power. No more manually searching for needles in a haystack, huh? But they make it sound so simple. What's the magic behind it?
The AI is where the real magic happens. See, Emojot's system doesn't just highlight the problem areas. It goes a step further and suggests solutions. It's like having this super smart consultant by your side who can not only analyze mountains of data, but also offer tailored advice on how to fix things, all in real time. Pretty amazing, right?
Now that you mention it, it reminds me of that time I spent what felt like an eternity on hold, only to be transferred to the wrong department. If only they had this technology back then. But it's one thing to have all this data. It's another thing entirely to have the system actually understand it and tell you what to do with it. It's like having a GPS for your customer service calls.
Exactly. And remember those filtering options we talked about? That's where businesses can get incredibly specific with their analysis. They can zero in on very particular customer journeys, like show me all the calls where people rage quit after hitting the billing department, or flag any instances where someone was transferred more than twice. Seriously, who has time for that?
That level of targeted problem solving is impressive. They're essentially providing a way to understand the customer journey like never before. But how does this actually translate into a better experience for those of us on the receiving end of the call?
That's where we move from the technical nitty-gritty to the tangible benefits you actually feel. Imagine you're calling about a specific issue. Emojot's analysis can identify common sticking points within that journey. Maybe it's a confusing menu option or a piece of information the system always seems to ask for twice. We've all been there. By addressing these pain points, businesses can create a much smoother, more intuitive experience.
So no more repeating your account number 3 times just to get transferred to the wrong department, hopefully. That's a future I think we can all get behind. It sounds like it's not just about reducing frustration for the customer, though, right? There's a strong business case to be made here, too.
You hit the nail on the head. Emojot is very upfront about the business benefits. Remember all those issues we discussed? longer call times, inefficient workflows for agents. Streamlining the IVR experience directly addresses those problems. Shorter calls, fewer transfers, agents who can actually focus on complex issues instead of getting bogged down in basic requests. It all adds up to significant cost savings.
Okay, so happier customers, a more efficient system, cost savings. It all sounds almost too good to be true. Are we sure this isn't science fiction?
Well, it's understandable to be a little skeptical, but the logic here is very sound. Think of it this way. Right now, most IVR systems are basically operating in the dark. They're built on assumptions about customer behavior, and let's be honest, those assumptions are often wrong. What Emojot does is shine a light on the reality of those customer journeys. They replace those assumptions with hard data and clear insights, allowing businesses to make smart decisions about how their IVR is designed and how they can optimize that whole customer journey.
It's like the difference between fumbling around in a maze and actually having a map to guide you, right? It just makes sense. And I know from personal experience as a customer, I'm much more likely to have a positive view of a company that clearly values my time and understands my needs. It goes back to that old saying, a happy customer is a loyal customer.
Precisely. And loyal customers are the name of the game for any business. Everyone wins in this scenario. But here's what's really exciting. This approach has the potential to go far beyond just fixing our IVR nightmares. Think about all the other frustrating points in a customer journey that could benefit from this kind of data-driven approach.
That's a really intriguing thought. It's like Emojot is opening up this whole new world of possibilities by showing us that we don't have to just accept these frustrating, broken experiences as the norm. There's a better way.
Exactly. And it begs the question, if we can use data to improve something as universally despised as IVR, what other customer service headaches could we eliminate with this kind of thinking?
Food for thought, for sure. For anyone listening who's ready to ditch those soul-crushing phone menus and explore the world of smoother customer experiences, we definitely recommend checking out Emojot's website. They've got tons of info about their IVR journey mapping, and honestly, it's pretty mind-blowing stuff. But hey, even if you're not about to revolutionize customer service today, at least we can all appreciate a company that's trying to save us from those rage-inducing phone menus, right? Maybe someday, in the not-too-distant future, we'll all be navigating those automated systems with ease, actually getting our questions answered, and maybe, dare I say it, even enjoying the experience.
A world without IVR rage. Now that's a future worth striving for.
It really is. And on that optimistic note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of Emojot and their quest to transform customer service. Until next time, stay curious, and if you encounter a terrible IVR system, just hang up and try again later. Sometimes, the classics are still the best we've got.